of the month. This is Hot Seat Coaching. I know it's a different time, so there's a lot of people who, with the shift of time, had some apologies. They agreed to watch the video. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We got Coach B, I don't see. We have Jana in the building. Say hi, Jana. Jana is also a personal client, one-on-one client. She's in the building with everyone.
Hi.
Um, So we get started. I think we got three people today. So this is going to be hot seat for real. So we got three people. We're going to get to it. And the beauty about hot seat coaching is you don't need to be in the hot seat to get something really powerful out of it. Sometimes not even being on the hot seat and watching how I coach someone, you'll get an answer for something that's going on in your world. So stay present, be with the person, and it's all about the context. All right. Announcements. We don't have many other than we had a great guest speaker end of the month. Please put him on your calendar. I always say that transformation is powerful and it doesn't always need to be serious. This guy is probably the funniest guy I know. He's just hilarious. He's a professional comedian. He's created Netflix specials. He's a producer, but he's really really funny. A good friend of ours, Jamie. So when's the date for that, my love? So we want to put this on people's
It's
calendar.
on the 29th at 12 noon. It's on the event section of the discussion board. So
Yep,
excited. He's
July
with us
29th.
since the beginning of the Iluegu journey. So if you know the Iluegu story, you've heard about Jamie, who asked
Yep,
him, and was he crazy? Was he on
yeah.
drugs?
He was my roommate, suite mate at the retreat where I met Jess. So and we became friends ever since. So he's a great, great, great guy. So July 28th, 12 noon Eastern. Come to
July
that one.
29th. 29th.
July 29th, 12 Eastern. Put it in your calendars. It's going to be a fun one. And like you all have been up to some really great work. Um, and sometimes it could feel lonely, sometimes it could get serious. So like I always like to have something where someone's giving you a lot of value, but also it's light and it's fun. So this one's going to be good. It's perfect for summer vibes. All right. So you got three.
Yep.
Who are we going to start with?
We are going to start with Greg. Greg, come on up.
All right. Yes, good to see you all. All right. My question, or that I would like coaching on is the organization that has been having me work with their leaders, nonprofit organization, wanted me to do like a full day for their summer PD for like all of their coordinators in their company. And so I build them and they're like, oh, um, our federal funding is being cut. We're unable to pay this amount, and we'd like to have a conversation to see if we can work something out. And I just wanted to hear how you would handle it or some possible ways of working with it.
Okay, so before you build them, did they know how much it was to work with you?
Yeah. So what my understanding is, because they wrote me a long email about how because of the funding and that has been um in lieu, or like they're unsure, or they're unsure if they're going to get that funding what they thought they were going to be getting. That funding was going to help pay for what I was going to be doing. That's my understanding, and because of now that not happening, they expressed that to me.
Okay. So what are the options that you see here?
Well, I definitely going to schedule. I'm scheduling a call with them to see what is going on and what they're willing to do or wanting to do, and to see if we can make it happen with what they can do.
Okay. And what's your ideal outcome here in this conversation?
Uh, I want to our conversation or with their conversation.
Their conversation.
I want to find a way that we can make it work. They've been bringing me on for a long time, and so
So they paid you before?
yeah, so they brought me in like on a monthly basis ever since December.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So that's good context. Like this is a relationship that you have and you want to continue.
correct. Yes.
Right. So you just want to be clear, make it work is a really large range, right? Because I could say, Greg, I love to make it work. The school is right next to what's that famous burger place we go to in LA?
In and out.
In and Out. So, I hear that you want to make it work, and we're right next to In and Out, and I know you like In and Out. So, if we get you a full meal at In and Out, it'll be on us. Can we make it work? Like, will you just work with our team for the whole 8 hours based on, you getting some In and Out? We'll even throw in some fries. How's that sit with you? Is that making it work?
Yeah, probably not. No.
Okay, good. So what we want to do here is as an opportunity to look like, hey, there's value, right? I want to serve them. And at the same time, I do not want to decrease my value, right?
Right.
So, and they don't know when they get funding again. So this might be it for a while or what?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So you want to get curious, and how I would show up to that call is highly curious, right? Not in you just almost neutral. Like, listen, I just want to thank you for your communication. Um, I want you to thank you for your communication and give me a heads up. And one of the goals of this call is I really want to hear what's going on with you guys and see how best I can support you because I value our relationship. You've brought me in every month, and also I know the impact that my work has had on on your staff. And what I don't want to do is I would never cheat you by giving you something that isn't, um, highly valuable and my best game. So the goal is for me to like really explore what's occurred and where does that leave us, and then we can go from there and what's possible. And she might say, Greg, we really love you. What do you think she'll say? Let's just play out. Let's just play this out like a role play a little bit.
There's a couple of things that he could say. One is, can we do half of the amount if they have the half of the amount?
Yeah.
Um, I don't. I think that what they said in the email was that they can't afford the full amount, and we would like to negotiate or something like that. So I want to hear what that means. Get curious
Yeah.
on this.
I would say so. One of the things that I'm very clear on, like, is like, hey, I value this. I think there's a way we can make it work. And yet, I just want to be clear. I don't negotiate my fees. So we want to look at what is actually possible here. If they say, well, we have half of the amount, that's a ding, ding, ding for me?
Hmm.
Half of the time.
Hmm.
Right? So yeah, you can hire me for half the amount and it'll be half of the time. Now you don't have to say it like that, but what I would say is that's why we want to hold our value, not decrease our value. So if they're giving you whatever, let's just say $5,000, $10,000 for a full day, they say we only have 5,000. You say, okay, we're gonna make that work. I'm gonna make this the most valuable time for that 5,000. We're gonna do a 4-hour session. It'll be 9 to 1. I'm gonna bring my A game. They're gonna get. It's gonna be. We're gonna hit the ground running. So now there's no confusion, right? It's not like, oh, we'll make it work, and it's like I'll spend the same 8 hours for the 5,000. No, we'll decrease the value, the value of what you pay. That's all good, and this is the time that's gonna allow.
Okay, so if they say because the structure of the day is is rotation. So it's like there's 4 rotations that they are dividing their teams into like groups of 30, and they're coming in and they want me to do all 4 rotations. So what I'm hearing you say is like I could do like half of the rotations.
Well, think about what I told you and coached you on. Think about, you know, that world more than me, go in the world. How could you make that work?
Like if they were to say they could do half. The first thought is, well, I would do half of a session, but that doesn't make sense because let's just say there's 60-minute sessions and do 30-minute sessions. That doesn't sound doesn't
How
resonate.
many people are they bringing in?
So it's like 100 and something because like there's 30 people, so there's 30 times what was that 120 or something. So every rotation there's 30 people coming in.
Yeah, but how many people are coming they're bringing in to teach or train?
A lot of the is in-house, so a lot of
Oh,
their
in-house.
in-house
Yeah.
people, and then I'm coming in to do some things.
So this is what you do. You don't have to be part of the rotation. Be like, this is what we'll do. I'll set you up something special. It's going to be bespoke, right? I'll take on how many you can fit. Is it an hour each session?
Yeah.
Right? I got a 4 hour block for that, right? And then what you do is you put your best leaders in, you rotate them through this 4 hour block. Like it's an ad hoc. You don't have to be part of the regular rotation. I'm going to be, the special kind of leadership coach who comes in, and this wants to be. You want this to be the reward. Your top 4 groups. Your top 4 groups. You put them in there.
Yeah.
Right? Limitation creates value. Why did you just smile? I just saw you have a big smile.
Yeah, because that makes me a little nervous to propose. Just um, just I wonder if like my thought of what they might say is, well, why can't you do all of them, kind of thing, and I would feel
Well, because the fee that you're giving me does not afford all of them.
mm,
If I went next door to In-N-Out and wanted the meal with 2 burgers and fries and a drink, and it was $7.99, and I had $3.99, I would not be getting 2 burgers of fries and a drink. I would be getting a burger and some fries. Your budget has afforded you some burgers and fries, but we're not just saying you don't want to minimize what you're bringing. You want to elevate it to make it special. We're only going to offer this. Like, I'll come in and we'll have this special high-end leadership cohort that rotates here through 4 times. And this will be the one that, takes people to the next level. Like, you got to value what you bring.
okay. And if they were to say, like, well, can you make an exception for like this one time only because we're in this situation? Usually we'd be able to do it. I say,
That's a good question. So for me, that's where your relationship comes in. There's nothing wrong with an exception,
okay,
right?
yeah,
Now, what I'm pointing to for you though is you don't want to be walking in like you came to this call, like I want to make it work out. I'm going to make an exception. The exception is like you can pull. You can pull from. You don't walk in with the except. Like now, it's you if you feel like this is a place you have a great relationship with, and you want to continue and say, listen, we'll make it work. Here's some options. And they're kind of like, well, we really want you to go. And then you could be there with them in thought and be like, you know what? I don't really make exceptions, but because of how I value your relationship, I'm making an exception. Now, my only request on this exception is that you do not share with other organizations that I took this fee for what I'm doing. That's my only request. If we can agree with that, then I'll be willing to make this exception because of who you are to me. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Because now you're not devaluing yourself, you're making an exception. You're valuing the relationship and the long-term opportunity for them to continue to work with you. This ain't someone who brings you in once a year. It's like they've been bringing you once a month. So I think valuing that relationship is more important, right? But you also want to hold to your value initially, and then you can go to an exception.
Okay, that's clear. That's yeah.
The reason is they'll respect you more, even though they love and respect you now. When you hold your value and then make an exception, they're going to respect you more. When you come in just wishy-washy, ready to like give them the burgers and the fries and everything else, then like you're leaving, you're going to be paid for that. But now your value going out that door is less than coming in because you didn't hold your value.
Okay. That's helpful. And because like the talk is they want to continue it down, in the future, next, the following months and everything. So I don't want to like nip the relationship. And
No.
I appreciate because what I'm hearing is like, hey, my value is this. Here's what we can do. And if they're like, oh well, then I can come in with that.
Yeah.
What?
Here's what I usually do. I would give, 4 hours I would cut because that's the value of my work. How does that sound for you guys? Well, we're hoping. And now you could be in the conversation of, listen, I value this relationship and I'm going to make an exception I never make. And I'm doing it for you guys because I value this and the long-term opportunities we're going to have together. Right. So you're creating value both ways. This is what I usually would do. And now the exception is also a form of limitation because now you're showing them that the relationship is valuable. You're making them limited exception. And now you walk out of there holding your value. You may agree to do the whole thing, but your value is held. And now you have opportunities that you don't nip in the bud for the future.
Okay. I love that explanation. I think that gives me more context to how, like, what the why of how to go about it. So that's super helpful.
Yeah, it's super. It's like the context is the most important, right? It's not like I don't want to just be cutting off my nose to spite my face. There's a relationship that I want to continue, but I want to do it by maintaining my value, not groveling. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I'll take anything,
Right.
and that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great job. I'm excited for you. You're on a roll, man.
We rolling. We rolling.
We rolling. All right. Who's next, Jess?
Lindsay Smith, come on up. You are next.
Smith.
All right. So I could use some support with my investor, what we also call my corporate job.
Yeah.
It's gotten really interesting. I guess I'll use that word in the past few weeks. So my boss quit very unexpectedly. Then his second in command, so to speak, who would probably have taken over for him, quit. My skip levels all over the place, and so now the whole team that I sit on, like laterally this way, everyone is like, I think we're gonna leave it. And so there's like all these weird conversations happening everywhere. So I think I could use some help getting like regrounded and clarity, because if I didn't have this thing that I'm building, which is my coaching business and all of this, like I'd be over here with these people. Like this is seeming really uncertain. And I noticed that I have like a lot of fear coming up. Like last night I had a dream that I lost my job. So like I have all sorts of things transpiring. And I'm having trouble getting my feet back under me because of just the chaos that is transpiring right now.
Yeah. So this is the boss that you didn't really like.
Yeah, and his one above now that I'm reporting to, I don't really like him too much either. So yeah, but it's okay that one has moved on. So yeah, his last day was Friday.
So the two people you didn't like move on. Where's the bad news here?
That's an excellent question. It's the instability. Like there's just like, I'm trying to like use real precision speaking. Like there's a lack of clarity, so everyone's like freaking out around me, and therefore like people aren't doing work and people are upset, and then it's causing all these downstream things, and there's just like it's like being in a washing machine with a bunch of people, and I want like to get out of the, insanity.
Do you know the biggest instability of mankind?
No, I don't know what you're going to say to that.
The thought,
That I'm in the washing
the
machine.
thought that working for someone else who pays you a weekly check is actually stable. That's
That's a
the most
very
unstable position to be
That's
because
fair.
you're actually not creating your own future. You're depending on and this false sense of security that I'm safe because someone's sending me a weekly check.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't feel safe at all right now. I think there's weird conversations happening about team disbursement and not backfilling and blah blah blah. I think there's a lot of I I think it feels very unsafe. It's probably why I had a dream last night that I lost my job because it
So
does feel very, yeah.
if you lost your job today,
Yep. Yep.
how could that be the best thing to ever happen?
Well, it would create 50 hours a week I don't currently have to work on my business.
Right. Create 50 hours a week. What else?
Uh, all of those elements of my life that are tricky, you know what I mean? Like, because as we previously discussed, I feel in a lot of ways I've outgrown where I currently am. That would all go away. So, because right now I'm still kind of in that, not kind of, I'm in that corporate dance, doing what needs to be done in order to continue on.
Right. Anything else?
Let's be the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm sure there's other things. I mean, my brain goes to, of course, financial scarcity, but
Financial scarcity would be the best thing that ever happened. How would that be?
no, that's not the best thing. That's where my brain keeps going to, but I am certain that there would be other things that would be the best.
So if you had an extra 50 hours a week, you don't think you could create?
I'm sure that I could. I mean, it's a lot of time. Yeah.
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 Okay. So the worst thing that could happen is that you get 50 extra hours a week to create a business you love, and you're not in this, I forgot how you said it, car wash of emotions of people. That's the worst thing that could happen here.
That's not exactly how I feel, but I can resonate with what you're saying.
Okay, how do you feel?
How I feel is scared. That's how I feel.
Okay. So if you were to identify where feeling scared in your body is, where would that be?
I feel it primarily in my stomach.
And what's the sensation in your stomach?
It feels like churny energy. So I would
Okay, turn. Okay, so the feeling and it's scared. So there's fear and scared. Okay. Okay. And what's the fear and scared about?
It's like if I don't have stable income, I won't be able to take care of myself and I'll
Okay.
end up homeless.
Okay, good. Oh, you sound like me when I got I was getting a divorce. I'm gonna eat ramen noodles the rest of my life. I get it. I've been there. So I'm gonna give you the stage because this is gonna be a great opportunity for you. You're now Professor Lindsay, and what I'd like you to
Okay.
do is take this issue that
Okay.
you're fearful of, and we're gonna give it a title for today's class, and you're gonna teach it you're going to teach the drama class. So I want you to be highly dramatized. I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to be this. And I want you to just play it all out. I just want you to just teach us the drama. I'm Lindsay, and today is how to predict a future that isn't even here, about a job I haven't even lost, about money I still have in the bank, and I'm going to teach it. And I feel this in my stomach, and I want you to just teach this drama class. It's all yours. Let's hear it. Let's just go until you can't go no more. Let's hear it.
Okay. So I'm Professor Lindsay.
Yeah.
I have a deep fear that if I lose my job, I will lose all of my money and therefore, be homeless. And it creates a lot of internal like chaos inside of me. It feels very unstable and ungrounded. So I know very logically in my head.
No, forget logically. Let's go. Let's like show the instability. Let's bring it to life. I'm unstable now, people. Come on. Let's bring the drama out. Let's go.
All right.
I'm unstable. I'm gonna, this, I'll never survive this. I'm a
Right.
survivor. Let's go. Let's go. Keep it
Right.
going.
Well, so I mean, I could end up homeless and I'd be living out of my car,
Uh-huh.
and that would be terrible because it's 120 degrees in Arizona right now.
Yeah.
And so, and I would never be able to, of course, recover from that ever.
Yeah.
I'd be homeless forever. And, I don't know, I could die, I suppose, but yeah, it'd be terrible.
Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? Wait, time out. If this is so fearful and scary, why are you laughing?
Well, because as I'm saying all of it, it sounds rather crazy.
Well, just go. No, go back into your body, right? Go back
Okay.
into your body and see what the feeling is.
I can feel it there, but it's less.
It's less, right? So you're lightening up this belief in something, this boogeyman that isn't here. Now, what does this issue remind you of? Like, this is not a new issue. This fear, this scared things are going to come to an end. It has nothing to do with the job right now. What is the pattern that this reminds you of?
Well, I had this problem before.
Yeah.
I got let go from a job years ago, and some really, really, really tough things happened.
Yeah. So the past, something happened. You think that if you lose your job now, you don't have new abilities that will have you in a better place than before.
No, I definitely have new abilities that would have me in a better place than before, for sure.
Okay, so what are you getting out of keeping this issue going, keeping this drama alive? This fear of the unknown. Oh, I'm gonna lose a job. I'm not gonna be homeless. It's not even here. It's not even true, but you're getting something out of it, which is why you're doing it. There's a payoff.
Oof. Nothing is consciously serving to mind. I mean,
Say this sentence with me.
okay.
I require chaos in my life to drive my fear because what?
I require chaos in my life to drive my fear because I'm used to it.
Yeah,
Used to there being chaos in my life.
that's it. So this is your requirement. You keep requiring this. It's not necessary, but this is your requirement. I'm used to it. Let me get some chaos. Let me have it be drawn to the fear because I'm used to it. That's the pattern.
This is not that fun of a pattern.
Yeah, you're like the frog in burning water, slowly dying but not even knowing. Like there's a familiar comfort in distorted pain. There's a distorted comfort in familiar pain, I mean. There's a distorted comfort in familiar pain. There's some level of comfortability in this chaos, fear-based place you keep going to. If it's not the job and you just lost the people you don't even like. I'd be thinking, shit, I got no oversight. I just got 10 hours back to work on my job, on my other business. Nobody's supervising me right now.
I mean, that's true. I got handed a bunch of other work, but yeah, the direct supervision is going to be very limited for the very foreseeable future. So yeah,
Right.
that's
So
fair.
what do you need for you to no longer require this chaos and fear to run you?
I believe it's just a decision. I mean, my brain literally is just rapid firing the amount of chaotic situations of my past,
Yeah. So look at
including but
this.
not limit, you know, like
Good. So now in this situation, forget all that. If you just took 100% responsibility for your well-being, for your actions, what would you do? What would the actions you would take?
well, for starters, I would just choose not to be in chaos.
Okay.
And I mean that from a few angles. One is, you know, letting the peoples do whatever they're doing, meaning my colleagues, and say whatever they're gonna say and that I figure out better inside of myself, like to the point being of this isn't the present, this isn't the past, you know, and so whatever happened there happened, but you know, I deeply desire to not be in a chaos pattern, obviously.
And you don't get in it, you put yourself in it. Do you see that? You require it. Nobody's doing it to you. People leave jobs all the time. People lose jobs all the time. There's no inherent chaos in that other than you putting yourself in it.
I agree. I'm just doing a really long pause because I don't know that I'm ever consciously trying to put myself into it, but yeah, I
I'm
mean,
I'm not only I didn't say conscious, but this is what you've been requiring. You require chaos in your life that's driven by fear. If I take 100% responsibility of that, I no longer need to require it then. Like, what's the one biggest action you could take each day to not allow chaos to intervene?
don't know.
I love that you're laughing, though. That's a good start. You see how it went from heavy to laughter? Think about the drama class you just taught. How you said like it felt silly. Like after a while, when you express this out in the open, it doesn't even make sense. You could take one action when you woke up every day that would it would guarantee you would have a great day no matter what's going on in chaos in the office. You could just commit to it.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, man, what's the one thing I could do to bring me one step closer to working for myself and never having to depend on a check? What's the one step I can do? Imagine you did that for 90 days, had that level of consciousness. Like imagine if your whole thing was I'm filling up every weekend for the next 90 days with clients with the horses or clients. Because that's the time I have right now. I'm gonna just fill up every weekend for the next 90 days. If I could do that, even if I get half of that, that's enough knowing what you chart to get out of your job. What's happening is you're getting pulled into your new identity. And the survival, chaos, old identity is trying to keep you back. This is a wake-up call. This is to anyone in a new identity, you would see, this is my wake-up call that I need to be out of here soon. But what's happening is instead of you stepping into that, I think you deeply know that. Like this is, people leave and usually it's like, what does that mean for me? Usually people who are entrepreneurs are like, this is a wake-up call. I need to put something on the clock. 6 months, a year. But you're getting pulled back by your old survival identity. Safety, check, blah, blah, blah. But the new identity is strong. You can't deny it. It's pulling you.
I do think that that's a very fair description of what's happening. And I think that's like the new identity entrepreneur, that pull versus like, oh my God, well, should I be like sourcing another job? You know what I mean? Like that pull, like type of thing.
That's not what you said lit you up. Like I would step into that new identity and then the whole workplace, everything looks different. But you're like the hallway dweller. You know, when one door closes, another opens unless you're hanging out in the hallway. Right? You know. Allow it to pull you in and then the way you'll look at things is I no longer require chaos. This is freedom.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what's
Well,
the-
and even just hearing you say that, I mean, first of all, that is my new truth, that I no longer require chaos. But
and
inside of to the point about the freedom thing, no, I mean, I do not feel like corporate America is freedom on so many levels,
Yeah.
including the fact that it feels very, very unstable to me. And not just currently, it's just magnified right now. But yeah.
freedom is your choice.
Yeah. And I do think some of what I'm feeling inside of me and that fear and that it's the pulling back.
Yeah. The old identity putting, and you got it. That this is a call to continue to step into the new one. I'm an entrepreneur. I coach people, equine coaching and beyond. And this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm inviting people. All you people who are chaotic, right? All like you got 10 people in your office, chaotic, worried about their job. I'm gonna give y'all a group rate to come to my equine coaching. It's time.
Well, I mean, that's true.
It's opportunity. When there's chaos, there's opportunity. Like all these people is fearful. This is where you're coaching. Go help them. Stop being stingy. When you're fearful, you're holding, you got to be the lead. There's no leaders there, so there's a whole gap in leadership. So who else than the coach to say, this is what I do, come to my weekend, I'll give you a special rate, boom, I'm going to lead the way out of here. What is that? You just did this thing. Do you not believe in yourself?
No.
Yeah, so don't give me, no, like, yeah.
No, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so let's go. Stop hiding.
Okay.
All right. Who's in her squad? Oh, Lila, that's my girl. Lila will hold you. Lila don't play. If I ask Lila to hold someone accountable, Coach B, she gonna hold you accountable. All right, you got the alley-oop from me, Coach. All right, cool. Let's go. Lead them out. All right.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, we got Deets. Deets, come on up.
Deeks coming to New York City again. Game changer. End of the month. Let's
Come
go.
on, let's go. Hello, everybody. Awesome to see you all again. So, my mind right now is I was trying to figure out where am I going to start because my mind's racing right now. But the good, obsessed, unreasonable thing, it really it struck me, and what I started to find in myself was that I'm real good. Maybe borderline obsessed, some people might think. And I'm starting to question. I'm starting to question it. So when I got into this whole game changer thing, I had an objective that I wanted to do something over the course of the months ahead to bring an income in so I can get on your schedule, your private schedule. As it's going right now, that doesn't look like that's happening. Now, on the surface, things look pretty good. I've got a conversation coming up Friday with a client that is working at JP Morgan. Some of these things you guys have heard me mention in the past. So that's coming up Friday. I've been leaning on him a little bit that, hey, I need to get an appointment with somebody in JP Morgan. You're the person that's going to make it happen for me. So that's coming Friday. So that's something I'm working on. The St. Kitts deal was going from 1 day. Now they said it'd be better to be a 2.5 day. So now we're reworking that. We're in the process of reworking that. That's in the future, though. That's not next week, not next month. We're looking at November.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. The unreasonable thing, like I said, it really impressed me. I made a decision and I put a post out there that anybody who wants to get in on a call with me, let's do calls. So I've been doing let's see, last week I did about 6 calls. This week I got about 5 calls. I did get one short-term client, but I got something from it, right? So there's something that's good. And then my weekly videos that I've been doing, that's been going on now for nearly three months. So again, all that stuff on the surface looks great.
Yeah.
But it's like, and it's funny, while I'm sitting here thinking about what I was going to say, I was reminded of, I'm going to use this as like an analogy. I made a decision as a kid to try out and walk on Arizona State University's baseball team. They never recruited me. I was recruited
team,
locally.
by the way. High quality team.
And that's the way I think. That's why I'm in the game changer. That's why I'm doing some of these things. And sure enough, I made the team. But I wasn't unreasonable in those days. I didn't go for extra batting practice. I didn't go for the extra runs. I didn't do anything extra. I was really good. It was really good. And I feel like I'm being really good now. And I love to get my ass kicked. You know, I feel like I need my ass kicked. Because I also I didn't make a full announcement on it, but I wrote out a schedule for the next Mind Gym membership, and it essentially died on the vine. I know there was a couple of dates that were conflicting with other stuff, and I said, "Oh, hold on a second," and I just kind of put it on the back burner, and I never followed up on that. That's weak. So I just feel like I need a good ass whooping. I'm just being good, and and to me, good is average. There's lots of people that are good. I don't want to be good. You know, I've since I was a kid, and I gave you the one example. There's other examples where I've put myself out there, and I get to that certain level. But when I get to that level, I'm good, and I need to be completely unreasonable. But I'm not sure I know what that looks like.
Okay, good. So I want to just reflect something back to you. Okay. So you want the context in which you're looking at this is a limited context. Okay. First of all, I want to acknowledge you for your honesty, right? Very inspiring, right? And it's funny because like what I love about your game you're playing, it's like you got St. Kitts. It's all the way in November, which is only like a few months away. A whole 2.5 day experience. They're paying for you to go there, pay you in St. Kitts, another island. That's that. JP Morgan on the calendar. You've been working on it, right? So I want to look at where you've been great. In the game changer movement, you've been always taking extra batting practice. You're on almost every coaching call at wanting to be coached, right? There's an unreasonability. You're showing up in areas of your life where it's not just good, it's great. So I want you want to look at that, right? Because you have a greatness that you tap into. When we talk unreasonable, it's like, how do we keep the switch on where it's just like, I'm playing in this more often than not. What you may be describing is I'm in it sometimes and then I come down. But I would not describe my experience of how you've been showing up as just good in all these realms. Now I can see where there is. Now here's my question. What do you think an ass whooping would give you that you don't have right now?
I guess I could say and it goes to sports coaches or any coach that I have, when they tell me what I should do or give me an objective of something that I would do, I immediately have integrity and I go do it.
Good.
When I'm on my own, I tend to fall out of integrity.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying I need a coach to just kick my ass and go, come on, do this. You need to do this.
Okay. So we're gonna switch positions. You're gonna be me. I mean, you close. You got a nice tan, so it ain't like the color it ain't too far. It's the tan, right? So like if you were kicking your own ass, what would you tell yourself?
I get first thing that popped in, contacts, make more contacts.
Yeah.
But then there's that 80-20. I feel like I don't who's the 20%? Who's the 20% I need to contact? Because a lot of like all these free calls that I'm doing, that feels like that's my 80%. Yes, I did get a client and I got more calls coming up and they're all enjoying it and I'm getting great feedback from it. But it's not turning into the dollars that I'm anticipating.
Right. So you're now evaluating your value with the money that's coming in immediately. And,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the issue is you're way more valuable than any money that comes and goes. That's going to come and go. The money ends up being an easier part. But the problem is you're putting your identity based on an outcome that there's so many other factors. Anybody else who was in coaching would say, I put something on Facebook. I got 11 calls. I got one client in 2 weeks. People be like, I'll sign up for that now. If I can get a new client every 2 weeks and just by having some calls, now what happens is, Deets, after a while, it's going to be less calls for more clients. Like, because where you're going to go from 80 to 100 is not in more, it's in going deeper in the ones you have. Holding your value, like I said to Greg, challenging the people on your calls more, not holding back on what you really want to tell them. Be the only one in their life that tells them stuff that nobody else tells them.
So I'm just beating myself up a bit here.
Yeah. I'm going to kick your ass right now. You ready? This is how I'm going to kick your ass. You're doing great, man. I love who you are and who you're being. You got to give yourself, like, you're not letting yourself off your hook by giving yourself some grace and love. And look at how far you've come. You got a St. Kitts thing coming, right? You got people like just take the pressure off. You and I will work together. It's going to happen. I can see it. I know people who will eventually work with me. I can tell by their commitment, by who they are in the world. Don't make that like that'll take care of itself. What we want to do is be unreasonable in every day and saying, how do I show up with my 5, 6, 4 calls, 3 calls, and just be unreasonable? Like, love what I do, love every call I make, and just Deets, you got such a way with people. You gotta let them experience your fullness. That's it.
I guess I'm just being impatient.
Just look, you're too much in the future and you're measuring success by an outcome. Fall in love with the process. Like, make every call the most important call you've ever had. Make every communication the funnest, most important, powerful communication. Make the next conversation the conversation where you tell people things that you would have held back. And here's my real question to you. Where are you still pretending that you're not as powerful as you are?
Just now.
Yeah. I see, you can't fool me. Don't run that bullshit on me. I love you, and you're pretending. You got this client, right? You gotta hope maybe it's time to like raise a fee when you're talking about fees and get comfortable talking about higher fees. And you know the next call when you know this person, there's no way I'm gonna work with them. Right? Steve Chandler, I was like, there's no way I work with this guy. He's like, what would be the fee that would have you want to work with him? Right? So if there's someone on the call, you're like, hey, there's no way I'll work with them. That's when you charge some crazy fee that you've never charged. Just to get used to it. I'm going to charge you $5 million. You know, whatever. 100,000, whatever it is. You want to get in the practice of understanding your value. Your value is not your income. Your income will be when you step into this higher level of who you're being. It's not in the doing. It's who you're being, who you hold yourself to be. Deets, you're an extraordinary coach and people bring you to St. Kitts. You got to be that guy in Jersey. You're the guy who Tony Robbins hired. And sometimes people get so caught up with the scoreboard, you know, the chess moves instead of the chess player.
I'm being a scoreboard watcher. That struck me. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. It just reminds me of the guy that worried about his statistics instead of worrying about what he's got to do in the game to be successful.
That's it.
Wow. It takes a sports analogy to wake me up.
Yeah. And where you're doing that, that's where you're playing not to lose. That's where you're not, that's where you're just good. Where you're watching the scoreboard, playing not to lose. So you just got to look in that area and remember, why am I pretending here? When I'm A+ Deets, elite level Deets, how do I show up here?
I get shit done when I show up like that.
Yep. If I got a $200,000 client for you and I gave him to you tomorrow and I said, all you had to do is cut off your arm, would you do it?
Would I cut off my arm?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. How about your leg?
No.
All right. How about, I see your pictures. My man lives on the water. There's like boats that fly, like, oh, it's nice. How about, would you give that up?
No.
Oh, so why are you acting like this next little valuable, this client, like this is way more important than the important things? Like your value. It's not more valuable than your arm. It's not more valuable than the time with your sons. It's not more valuable than the boat. So now it's like, why am I rating myself on that? I should be rating myself on, am I playing my best game and having fun doing it and making an impact? If I focus on that, the scoreboard will take care of itself.
Mm. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you, man. And
Love you too, brother.
I'm proud of you. And like, let's look. A great question to sit in is always like, okay, when you're in that, it's just thoughts you haven't questioned. It's like, where am I pretending I'm not powerful? Where am I pretending that I'm not the best coach out here for these people? And then that's your reframe, and then you go serve them from that place. If they say, by the way, St. Kitts is a big opportunity. You going from 1 day to 2.5 days, fees got to go up, and then have something on the back end for them. Back end coaching, I'll take 3 of your best people. Like, you're already going to set yourself up for success. We could structure that. You bring it into your squads and your coaching calls.
Okay.
Who's coaching Dietz? Oh, Jess. All right. So you got the direct line. Yeah. All right.
All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
All right, man. How you feel on a scale of 1 to 10 right now?
Fucking 10, man. I
All
feel
right,
good.
let's go. Let's go. All right. September 27th to 29th, New York City. You come, or if you have clients, right? You guys get the Game Changer special rate. Bring clients. You know, they come back to you and it saves you 9 months of coaching. So we got New York and we're going to LA in October. Lindsay, October, LA people, that part of the world. I love you guys. Everyone who's watching on the video, powerful conversation. We'll see each other on the 29th at 12. We're going to have Jamie. I want that to be a full call. It's going to be a great call. All right. Until then, you guys are game changers. Love you. Peace.